Welcome to T's Multiverse. I'm your host, Tyrus, and today we're going to check out the Batman and Hush 2-pack. Now, this is one set that I have been looking forward to, man, ever since it was revealed. I was already excited for the Hush standard release figure, but then they announced this 2-pack, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna hold off on that single release, and I'm gonna get this 2-pack because I not only get Hush, but I get a Batman, and of course you get that awesome diorama piece that comes with this set here. That's one of the many reasons why I love McFarlane toys. You're not only giving, awesome figures, but you're also giving vehicles as well as diorama pieces. And then on top of that, when you talk about the 66 line, you're getting, play sets as well. So this here was a no-brainer for me. If you've been following this channel, man, you know that I am like one of the biggest Batman fans there is out there. So you check that off when it comes to this set. And then the Hush story is one of my all-time favorite Batman stories, period. I mean, that story has everything in it, man. From the heroes to the villains. Jim Lee artwork was on a whole nother level, man. It was like page for page. I've to this day, I'm still reading that book and just blown away by the artwork that was on display. So Hush, one of my all-time favorite Batman stories. So this here was just a no-brainer for me. Really excited for this set here. This was a part of my DC Multiverse haul. If you have not checked that haul out, man, be sure to check it out. I had a blast with this as well as many of the other DC Multiverse sets that I had on display there. All right, so one of the things that I really like about the packaging that they've switched up is this right here. The larger portraits of our figures with the box art. This is an awesome idea. I like this switch up. It adds to the overall aesthetic of the packaging. Of course, we have Batman here and Hush with the diorama set. So huge shout out to McFarlane Toys for this switch up. Absolutely love this move. And moving forward, this is what they're going to be doing with all of their figures, and we'll continue to see that as I continue to review more of these figures moving forward. But really like that. So huge shout out to McFarlane Toys. And now that we've taken a look at the packaging, let's get these two out and take a closer look at them. All right, let's get to it. All right, so with our Hush 2-pack, both figures are packaged with a collector's card. So we have the Batman here with this collector's card, and then on the back here we have his data file, and then we have one for the Hush character as well, and then we have his data file on the back. And also each figure is packaged with a DC Multiverse display stand. And then we also have one of the biggest pieces to this set, and that is the diorama piece. And I've already inserted the Here Lies Jason Todd tombstone into this set here. This just looks awesome here. Any type of diorama piece that I can obtain is a huge plus for me. I'm gonna take this out, but the weathering here looks really awesome. A little coloring here as well within the diorama piece here is to resemble some sort of a grave site, which really plays into the Hush story arc here. So really like what they did with that. Here on the bottom is just plain nothing, but here is where everything is, and I really like what they did with that. And then we have, of course, the Here Lies Jason Todd tombstone. The weathering as well as the attention to detail looks really awesome, man. I like what they did with that. On the back, we have some cracking, again, some weathering as well. So huge shout out to McFarlane Toys for delivering yet again, man, on a nice diorama piece for our figures. And of course, this piece will tab into the grave site. So really like that. And then last but not least, I just wanted to kind of show off the fact that the figures was packaged in this sort of an animated style backdrop setting, and I thought that was really interesting. I like how this whole thing looks here as well. All right, first up we have Hush, man, and I tell you, I still can't believe that we actually have a Hush within the McFarlane toy line. I mean, huge fan of the Batman Hush story arc. When this figure was announced, I was just absolutely just blown away with excitement, but of course here our Hush figure, he comes with a weathered shovel that is used, I'm pretty sure, for a weapon, or he's utilizing it for, of course, digging up a grave site possibly. But, the design here, detail looks pretty cool, man. Nice little wood handle here, has a nice little weathering to it as well. So, of course, the mandate for McFarlane Toy DC Multiverse figures, they're unable to package these figures with guns. However, I have the munitions pack coming, so I'm looking forward to getting that. Yeah, let's take a close look at the Hush figure here. He has double jointed elbows, looks pretty cool. He has, let's see how it's double jointed knees. Yeah, double jointed knees, man. Wow, articulation, woo, man. And the thing I like about this figure, man, is the fact that the thing I was wondering with this Hush is, would the cape would it be pliable enough to place him into some pretty cool poses? Would it restrict him, or would it not? And it does not restrict the figure much at all. I mean, you can put him, look at the articulation here in the legs, and again you can see his legs go all the way back like this. So you can definitely put this figure into some pretty cool poses here. It's pliable enough for you to lift up here. I like that, man. So that was one of my biggest questions with this figure is, how posable and how articulated would he be with this, jacket here that he's wearing. This jacket looks awesome, man. I like the detail, the design, the color, everything. It's there. Again, it just harkens back to that Hush story arc. Here he has a fisted hand here. He doesn't have any swappable hands. He has this one fisted hand, and he has one open hand. So honestly, I'll only be able to put a pistol in this hand. Now, if I do get the single release, that has two open hands, but this only has a fisted hand and a gripping hand and an open hand for a pistol. So we'll see how we can work around on that, man. But face sculpt looks awesome. He looks very angry. He looks like he's ready to take care of some business with Batman. Try to get that to focus a little bit more. The wrapping around the face, the detail, the expression, man, you can feel it. It's there. He's pissed off at Batman. Love it, man. Love it. Does he have any articulation going around? Nope. No articulation. No. But yeah, this guy is pretty cool, man. I mean, you're gonna be able to put him into some pretty cool poses for sure. I like what I'm seeing. You'll be able to definitely get him into some awesome poses. Let's try to see how he looks with the shovel here. Yeah, but this looks pretty cool. I like how the shovel works with the figure. But I need those pistols, man. So I tell you what, let's see who I can get a pistol from in terms of weapons for this figure here. So I have let's see, I have Thomas Wayne here. I have the unmasked Thomas Wayne, and he has dual pistols. So let's take one of these pistols from Thomas Wayne, and we're going to utilize that for our Hush figure. If I can get it out the holster, because I act like it don't want to come out. There we go. All right, Thomas, you can spare one pistol, Thomas. Thomas Wayne, another awesome figure for the DC Multiverse line. All right, thank you, Thomas. I'm gonna switch this out here, and yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Now that works. That works. Now, if I can get another open hand, that will be even better so that he can have the dual pistol thing going. I found a workaround with that, because I got to have him with the dual pistol. So, we'll see how I can get that to work. But yeah, this looks awesome. Thanks to Thomas Wayne's donation, I was able to supply our Hush figure with a pistol. But really solid figure. I like this Hush figure overall, man. Really happy that I have this as a part of my DC Multiverse collection. And yeah, let's get on to the next. And here for comparison, I have the DC Direct Hush here with our DC Multiverse Hush. And I had hoped that I'd be able to utilize the twin pistols from this figure, but it ain't happening because it's actually molded into the figure's hand. So that's definitely not an option. But this was a pretty cool figure that I had, but I got an upgrade now with the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Hush figure. All right, I can smell a gold label Batman coming on the heels of this release, man. I'm going to tell y'all why. if you read the Hush story arc, you know that Batman does not rock the black and gray costume. He wears the blue and gray costume. So I can see this figure re-released, maybe with a different head sculpt, maybe a grapple gun with the more blue and gray costume. But overall, this is a dope looking Batman figure, man. I mean, it's yet another great Batman figure for me to add to my collection. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, we get a lot of Batmans and everything," and we do. I ain't gonna lie, we do. Yes, we do get a lot of Batman figures within this line, but they're different types of Batman figures. So it's a different experience every time. At least for myself, it is. And then on top of that, I feel like there are more characters from the DC universe that are being realized within this DC Multiverse brand. But yeah, man, this Batman looks pretty awesome, man. I love the grimace that's on his face here. Now we're gonna take a step back and address the elephant in the room. These unpainted elbow joints. This is something that it's different from what we saw on the Barks art. The Barks art had painted joints. This one, of course, is not painted. This is like the only thing that stands out that's I don't even want to say it's a negative, because it is what it is, man. It definitely doesn't take away from the figure's overall aesthetic, and this figure still looks awesome, man. I'm going to attempt to like paint over these joints with gray paint to see if that'll work, but I might not even do that, man, because it's just really not a big deal to me. To others it may be, and that I definitely understand why, because you don't want black joints here on the upper arm areas, but overall, man, this figure still looks awesome. I love the big black emblem. It harkens back to that Jim Lee art that we had in the Hush comic book. The utility belt looks awesome. He has the trunks and everything. That grimace, man, I like the grimace that he has on his face. This Batman has a presence. He has a presence. He has double jointed elbows, and again, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to put this guy to some pretty cool poses, double jointed knees. Look at that. Yeah, nice extension in the leg areas, man. I mean, this guy, he has a presence. He's really imposing. And again, that grimace, man, this just looks awesome. I wish he would have been packaged with fisted hands, because it would definitely go with this grimace that he has. He just only has these open hands. But again, we may see this figure again in a gold label. But yeah, this is a huge upgrade from the initial Jim Lee figure that we had when this line first started, and then we'll definitely compare the two in a little bit. But this is a huge upgrade from that, man. But yeah, this dude looks on point, man. This Batman's awesome here. Yeah, just the posability is there. Nice upper torso articulation here. Rocking here. You can go all the way around, man. It is, yeah, nice. Yep, he has waist articulation, just a little tight. And nice articulation here in the head area. You can go side to side. Looking down. And loving that Jim Lee utility belt, man. This looks so cool. Oh, man, nice articulation overall. He does have nice articulation here in the foot area. And for that extra touch, he has that toe articulation. So our Dark Knight comes with these two bladed silver batarangs. Really like the sleek design for the Dark Knight's weapons here. Really harkens back to that Jim Lee story arc. And let's put these to our Dark Knight, see how he looks with them. All right, let's go. Yeah, man, this Batman figure is awesome, dude. I mean, it's like the batarangs really work the figure. The face sculpting, the grimace. He has that imposing presence to him. I mean, he really works. Really Jim Lee-esque Batman figure, even though he's not wearing the blue and gray. I feel we're going to be getting the blue and gray Batman, but it definitely does not take away from this overall look, man. I really like what he brings to the table. I guess the unpainted joints definitely does not take away, my love for this figure. I know a lot of people, again, they say we get a lot of Batmans for this line, but, for me, it's a different experience each and every time out. And this figure is symbolic of that. And here for comparison, I have with my DC Multiverse Jim Lee Batman, the Mafex Jim Lee Batman. Phenomenal figure. Comes with tons of accessories, wired cape and all. As you can see, there is a distinct difference between the two figures in terms of how large they scale. Of course, the DC Multiverse Batman scales a little larger than this Mafex version, but it's just so cool to see both versions of these Jim Lee Batman figures side by side. And I still feel at some point we will get more of a faithful version all the way around of that Jim Lee Batman in the DC Multiverse line in terms of having that color palette that we see here with the Mafex version. I might be wrong, who knows, but I just still feel we'll get that gold label with the blue and gray Batman for the Jim Lee Hush. So we'll have to see. Stay tuned. Now here is my very first Batman figure from the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line. This is the Jim Lee inspired Batman 1000th issue figure here. And as you can see, both Batman, I feel, are night and day. You can see the evolution of the two Batman figures from this Jim Lee 1000th issue to the Batman Hush 2-pack figure here. All right, so I've reached further into the multiverse to assemble this group of Batman figures, all from McFarlane Toys. I have here the Year 2 Batman rocking the powder blue costume with the gray and the yellow and black Batman emblem. And then we also have the imposing Batman from the Three Jokers wave. And then we also have here the crazy Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. And then last but certainly not least, we have the sleek Rebirth Batman. And what's a Batman review without his most notorious villain? So here I have from McFarlane Toys, the Death of the Family Joker. And I also have from the DC Direct line, Ra's al Ghul. Hopefully, at some point we'll get a DC Multiverse Ra's al Ghul. So stay tuned for that. And here without Batman and Hush, I have from McFarlane Toys, the unmasked version of Jason Todd, as well as the Mega Deluxe figure Clayface. Now, I have this Jason Todd and Clayface here without Batman and Hush for a reason. And if you read the Hush story, you'll know why. But man, it is just so cool to be able to assemble just various assortment of figures from within this DC Multiverse line. Absolutely phenomenal. All right, folks, that's all I have for this episode. I had a blast with this Hush Batman 2-pack. Yet another phenomenal set from McFarlane Toys. I really hope you enjoyed the review. Huge shout out as always. I got to give a huge shout out to all of my subscribers. Thank you so much for all your support. I truly appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, for subscribing. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, I'd like to ask for you to subscribe. Hit that subscription button right now. I'd love for you to join Team Multiverse. Also, folks, hit that like button. It will really help the channel. So if you're watching these videos, I'd like to ask that you hit that like button. So be sure to do that. Also, hit that bell notification so that you're notified for when all of my videos drop. And if you did all of those things, I truly appreciate it. And until next time, folks, be good to one another. Be safe. Stay tuned. Same bat time, same bat channel. And let's all hope that the Batman can take out the Hush, which I'm pretty sure he can. Until next time, folks. Bye for now.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push a mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest